and gentlemen, it's the To Be Determined show right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. I'm the Orc of Ominous, the Architectic Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, and joining me from across the pond, he is the man of many hats, the man of many shades, the man with the long hair. I got a long hair, got a glasses full of stones. He is Mad Dog, Matt Denton. Matt, how you doing tonight?
I don't want to be here. I'm a long-haired hippie, and I don't want to do any work.
He just wants to sit around and get stoned. Ladies and gentlemen, a redneck unlike any other. The last of a dying breed. Reina Del Piledriver herself. Our resident world champion. That's right, world champion. Not, hey, I'm in the backyard promotion and I'm going to be world heavyweight. No. Former NWA Women's World Champion, Tasha Simone. Tasha, how you doing tonight, sis?
You know what? All I have to say is, chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco, spit. That's how redneck I am tonight, dadgummit.
That made no sense to me. And Matt's even more confused.
Blake Shelton! Oh my God!
I don't know who that is. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, people, children of all ages, I just want you to know that soon, very soon, my little brother, the Wicked Nemesis, will be partaking of redneck karaoke all the way to Texas and back.
No, September 7th.
And then he'll know who Blake Shelton is.
Look, September 7th. We're just going to let the cat out of the bag. September 7th.
September 7th.
September 7th. September 7th. Marshall, Texas. Former NWA Women's World Champion Tasha Simone will be an honorary unlucky charm as a subconscious samurai. Common knowledge, Damon Christopher. Mr. Terminal Intent, the Primal Chris Knox, and myself and Tasha Simone will be heading out to, Tasha?
Arklatex Wrestling, an NWA promotion. And let me tell you something, Texas. Tasha's coming home, and I'm coming with a great, great, great big load of trouble with me.
I feel so bad for those guys. They have no idea. Oh, my God. They're like, who are these guys in kilts and masks?
Woohoo!
Texas has never seen anything like this. Of all the tag teams that Texas has had, and there have been some of the greatest of all time, the WWE itself. Look at the WWE Hall of Fame of how many Texas tag teams there are.
Right.
Texas has never seen anything like us. Between me, you, and the Charms, I'm telling you right now, we're going to start a riot. I've already got my will. I've already got my will
Look for
typed
the
up.
riot squad.
I know. I feel so bad for these guys. These guys think they're just going to bring in somebody. They have no idea. Like, they think that they know you. They think that they don't know. They don't know.
There will be one person in that building that knows me, and that knows me so very well because he helped train me, and that is the one and only James Beard.
Oh, poor Mr. Beard. It is going to be, and the guy that trained me, of course, one of the guys that trained me is Damon Christopher, so he will be right there. I know, I always wonder what Damon thinks when Damon sees this. Damon, for 16 years of his career, legitimately was one of the biggest draws besides Bullet Bob Armstrong in the state of Alabama. Anybody that's ever been on a show with Damon will tell you that. An event, a card, what have you. Damon Christopher, when he was Damon Taz, was one of those guys that everybody stole from. When Fat Man Stomp come on, and everybody used to beg him to do that. Hey, man, do the Fat Man Stomp. Can I come out with you and dance?
He's not a fat man anymore, though, so now he can't do it.
Well, that's why he doesn't do it. I told him, I was like, that's the first thing we're changing is your music because you're not Fat Man. Do the Mid Man Stomp. No. But with that being said, I wonder what Damon thinks sometimes when he sees fans swinging on me, old men pulling knives on me, that old woman come at me at UIW. Chris Knox was there when the guy had a heart attack in the middle of one of my promos. I'm at 8 riots.
Or better yet, what is he going to think when he sees, and Pete, I want you to pay real close attention to what I'm about to say. September 7th will be the first time ever, unless something happens between now and then, that my little brother and I will be working together on a card. Yeah. We're generally...
Between then.
Unless something happens in between now and then. gotta wonder what Damon Christopher's going to be thinking then.
Poor Damon. Poor Damon. Damon's
He may be.
too.
Matt's already praying.
Oh, I know. Matt's like, to meet the Padre, Espírito Santo. See, and Chris Knox, we always make it seem like Chris Knox is a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's very cordial. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But Chris Knox will punch you.
Redneck.
Exactly. He will punch you in your face faster than anything. Just to be like, hey, man, now you punch me back. Chris, he can't punch you. He'd have to detach his jaw. But,
I can see it now. We'll be on the road, and me and Chris will be trading licks, and y'all have to film it for YouTube.
It's like 8.5 hours from my house to Marshall,
and
Texas.
I bet he knows who Blake Shelton is.
I don't know. I'm sure he does. I'm sure Chris and Damon do. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, you're in hell now, buddy.
No, because it's not going to be a bunch of damn country music back to back to back.
Oh, no, we're going to be doing some heavy metal, too, buddy. I'm introducing you to the wonderful sounds of Iron Maiden and Megadeth.
Wait, introducing?
He doesn't know who the hell Iron Maiden is. He doesn't know right for the
What the fuck is wrong with you, Wicked?
Look, I know who Iron Maiden is, but I don't listen to their music. Like, I don't know if I know any of their songs.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Thank you, Matt.
Fine. As of right now, until you start listening to Iron Maiden, I'm kayfabing you. Screw you.
I'm not going to pick up Iron Maiden. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. But anyways, 205-316-9900 is the call-in number. I know a lot of people are wanting to know and actually get a few words in with the Underground tonight. We're scheduled to be joined by GCW Pro Wrestling's own The Underground. There's about 15 of these guys. They're pretty much becoming the LWO in the Southeast. So we're going to see how many of these guys actually call in tonight. And like I said, we're also looking for your call-ins, 205-316-9900. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this segment that has the whole NWA shaking, so bad that they actually probably asked Tasha not to do it. Tasha knows best. Tasha, what do you know best this week?
Oh, I'm actually going to use GCW as part of my Tasha Knows Best tonight. It is very, very sad, ladies and gentlemen, when a wrestling promotion doesn't know how to promote. GCW has Global Warfare this very Saturday coming up. A very new kid on the block here in my home of Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville Pro Wrestling, has their inaugural live event this Friday night. What do these two promotions have in common? They promote. They put out posters. They put out flyers. They're talking to people. Their wrestlers are getting on Facebook. They're getting on Twitter. And they're not asking people to come buy a ticket. They're telling them, you better be there or you're going to miss something great. And why are they doing that? Because that's what you do to promote professional wrestling. You talk about it. And if you talk about it enough and you believe in it, and you put those posters out and you put those flyers out, other people are going to talk about it and believe in it too. And then, by God, you get them there, you get the asses in the seats, and you put wrestling back in the professional wrestling ring. And I'll be damned, you have what we know as a professional wrestling card. You have men and women in tights and boots laced up. They're having a wrestling match. Their pictures are on posters all over the place. Their wrestlers are talking about it. Their fans are talking about it. And those fans are going to come back and buy tickets the next time. Now, the moral to this story is an NWA promotion right here in the Nashville area this past Saturday night, it might have a top rope in its name, only drew 24 paid fans. The difference is they're being run like a backyard promotion. And then you have promotions like GCW who are setting a standard for these younger promotions like Nashville Pro to say, hey, this is how you do it. You hit the pavement. You put out those posters and you tell people you want to see us because we're that damn good. Promotion, people, just a little bit of elbow grease, just a little bit of sweat, and a whole lot of walking, and you'll get fans in the seats, and then it's up to your wrestlers to keep them there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what Tasha knows best.
Really quick, just something to hit on. Mad Dog has that mentality, that old school mentality of if you're not going to go out and promote, you're not going to get paid. Because as soon as fans start to dip down, pay starts to dip down. And as long as you're putting 300 plus in there, you're going to get paid well. And Mad Dog's one of the few people who actually pay well. That's why he can get this great talent, because you get what you pay for. Just to make money, you got to spend money. People understand that. Business people understand that. Regular people do not. But here's the greatest thing about it. If you don't, you know what's going to happen. Eventually, Mad Dog being old school, if you don't, he'll make it to where you have to sell so many tickets or you don't even get on the card. I'm telling you.
Better that. If you don't draw, you don't get booked. I mean, that's just how it is. And
that should be how it is.
You know, you say the NWA fears me, and everybody knows when they listen to this show, I don't break kayfabe very often. I don't just call people out. If I do, I'm doing it for a reason. I have been very supportive of the NWA. I still believe in the letters. Don't believe that the promotions exactly going the way it should, but I do still believe in what the NWA stands for. That being said, when you have somebody who is in charge of quality, quote unquote, that runs a promotion, and Wicked, you've been here, you've worked for NWA Top Rope. You know that matches get put together by whoever shows up. I mean, I'm just blowing it out of the water right now. You've seen guys work 2 and 3 matches, one guy. Because people don't want to work for these promotions. Why? Because they don't know how to promote. Therefore, the guys are lucky to get $10 in an envelope, which is an insult to a real professional wrestler. Somebody handed me an envelope with $10 and I had busted my ass, I would give it back to them and tell them apparently they needed the money more than I did. And then I'd whip their ass. You have to promote. You have to promote. Mad Dog runs a class operation, not just on the front end where people see the posters and everything. He has a classy dressing room. He doesn't have problems. He doesn't have bull crap. He doesn't really book crappy wrestlers. What I'm trying to point out right now is that wrestling promoters need to do what they're calling themselves. They need to promote. If you're not going to promote, don't cry because you don't have the 20 people in the seat. That's your fault because you didn't do your job. I will say this for the guys from GCW, and I know you're getting into global warfare mode because you haven't said a lot on Twitter this week. You haven't said a lot on Facebook. I know how you get before these big matches. You're a little quiet. But the other guys are standing up. Jake Cole, Shane Fox, is that right?
Yep. Showtime Shane Fox. Yes,
here, Shane Fox, O'Hagan, Mad Dog. They're all pushing the show. You're pushing it.
Damon's pushing it for it.
Damon's pushing it. If people don't know about global warfare, it's simply because they haven't gone on Facebook or Twitter. I'm even pushing it. I'm not even booked, and I'm pushing it. Why? Because I think it's a quality company and it has quality wrestlers. I'm not even booked Friday night for Nashville Pro, but I see these kids trying to do their part promoting. So as a veteran, it's my job to show them that I believe in them and help them out. Just a little bit of promotion, people. Just a little bit. It pays off.
Just a little bit. But, hey, a little bit goes a long way.
Maybe a lot. Maybe a lot.
Hey, a little
maybe
bit goes
a
a
lot.
long way. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shh, Tasha. Shh. It's okay. And that is what Tasha knows best. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you. Okay, now, here we go, guys. It's about 10 minutes to our first break. And after that break, all hell's going to break loose. We don't know what's going to be said. We don't know who all is calling in, but I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of people with their feelings hurt. A lot of these GCW guys. Here's why. As we discussed last week with Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, this is a lot of these guys' first time in a steel cage, which blew my mind. It blew my, I was 7 years in this business. I have been a part of 15 steel cage matches and actually have wrestled in 3.
Whoa,
So,
how many steel cage virgins are in this match?
Every one with the exception of Mad Dog and Micah, I believe. I think everybody, even O'Hagan is, I was like,
no.
I can't believe that. Yes, it's great.
Oh my God.
It's great though. The only thing I'll say about this, hey, there's gonna be a lot of blood. And there was a lady, and Tasha, you saw this, that put out that, I hope that you accidentally broke Chris's nose talking to Jeremy Foster, because I hope there's not going to be a lot of blood. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not WWE.
Yes, I commented on that thread. I couldn't believe it when she said that. It's a cage match.
I think the WWE has sterilized it so much that people don't understand. That metal hurts. That metal hurts, and it does every time you are in a steel cage match. It takes time off your career because you're being thrown into metal. It's not plastic. You bleed, and there's going to be a lot of blood. I cannot wait to see this. And as I said before, and I'll say this, I don't envy the guys in there, but I understand this is going to be one of the best main events that has happened in some time for GCW. But let me just say this. High definition shouldn't be in that. It should be the Unlucky Charms. But I hope that everybody, whatever combination, makes it out of that global warfare event, because it's going to be an elimination, 6-on-6 elimination. That's the greatest thing about it. Not the first pinfall. No. An elimination. And I like that. I don't like the first pinfall. Never been a fan of that. But this elimination, whoever makes it out of this, whatever tag team, whatever combination of a tag team they want to throw it at us, after we beat Full Throttle, it's going to be just another match for the GCW tag team titles. Because I'm telling you guys right now, you're not going to be the same. But you have some time to heal up and get your wounds, lick your wounds, get them ready, bandage. Have your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mama, your daddy, whoever, bandage them up. Because after that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be very, very, very fun times to be had at GCW. But ladies and gentlemen, Global Warfare this Saturday, the Pell City Civic Center. If you don't have your tickets, you might want to get them now. As anybody that's been at Pell City can tell you, this thing packs out, and it packs out quick. And please don't be fighting for the chairs. Let me just say this. Time out. Don't fight for the chairs. What is it? There's bleachers and everything else. I've seen people at GCW fight for chairs. If the chair means that much to you, get your tickets early. Get your tickets often. I know there's going to be a lot of extra people because, there's not many promotions do the War Games. You'll see the War Games pop up every once in a while. But the War Games seem to be that one pay-per-view or that one style of a quote-unquote gimmick match that everybody's drawn to. Because it's just not enough to have one person in a steel cage, but to have multiple people in a steel cage, multiple men and women. I mean, you see, Tasha, you've been a part of a multiple-person steel cage match. What has been the one moment that you remember most about your multiple-person steel cage match?
Oh, wow. People getting the hell out of my way. That's, there are so many bodies flying all over the place when you're in a multiple-person steel cage match. When you start bleeding, I've got to be honest, I've hit my own partner. You get so much blood in your eyes, you don't even realize sometimes who you're putting your hands on or who's putting their hands on you. You fall into survival mode, you fall into defense mode, and you it's like kill or be killed. It's very bloody, and it is not for the weak of heart. And that is what I remember about every steel cage. But a multiple person, it's just hair, eyes, and teeth everywhere. What? Yes.
Matt, what has been the one moment that you remember of all the steel cage matches, or the multiple person steel cage matches that you have seen, a War Games type event, sir?
The obvious one would be Mick Foley falling off a cage, but that's one-on-one.
That is awesome. Matt, what?
But then again, there's also Vince McMahon almost killing himself when Austin threw him off the cage.
Yeah, that was one of those times I think that everybody looks back to like, how did he survive that? And we have somebody on the line really quick, a gentleman that's going to really lay it all on the line. Let's just lay it all on the line. The one and only Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. Mr. Sawyer.
Yes, sir.
Got to ask you really quick, sir, while we have you on the line.
Yes.
What is the one moment that you remember of a War Games type event that you've been a part of?
This is my first time actually going into a multiple-person cage match as far as I've been a part of. It's been one-on-one with Micah Taylor, and I did some stuff down with the Armstrong's promotion in Pensacola, where I worked with Steve Armstrong, and I was supposed to wrestle Dusty Rhodes in a cage after '03, but that didn't happen because he started working for that Nashville group that has multiple personalities. But every time, I will agree with Tasha about the blood, and you really can't see. And until you've been in that situation, I think there's an old country song that said rose-colored glasses. You really get this kind of red film over your eyes, and you can't see, and blood tastes like you've been licking old copper house. And but it's kind of, there's a weird sickness about it, It kind of brings out some animalistic behavior. You kind of, it's exciting. I don't know how to say it. I know there's a lot of people out there just go, oh, he's sick. No, until you just been there, and until you it's that's the old saying about theater. It's the roar of the crowd, the smell of the grease paint. Well, it's the smell of the arena, and the smell of the canvas. Hopefully, it's clean, and the metallic smell of the cage, and just I don't know, just sweat and everything. But it's an intense deal. All your senses, not so much your taste, but all your senses are put to use. And, it's kind of like, are you ready for this? Because you might get blinded. You might not can see. You might get hit with power. You might get knocked cuckoo. You may grab the wrong guy. But come Saturday night, May 25th, it's like a football team. We're all wearing red and black. And I believe the colors of the Underground is black and white. And we'll see, after the dust clears and the blood's mopped up on the floor on the cage, or with J.J. Boom Boom Tanner, their manager's coat. I don't know if he's going down to Brooks Brothers and getting a new jacket, or he's going to the thrift shop with Macklemore, whatever. We'll see what happens, Saturday night. And I know you got these guys coming on, and they're probably going to blow more hot air than the Hindenburg. But we're ready. It's going to be survival of the fittest. And we're mentally prepared. That's the thing that we've done different this time. Instead of just taking bumps and working out and working holds and trying these different escapes from different submissions, and everybody's been drilling on the crossface, that Micah Taylor uses, and he's tapped many a man out with that, including myself. That's the big one to watch. You got to watch Stiles drop kick, spiral splash off the top. Is he going to take it to the top of the cage? I don't know, the black cloud or whatever. Is Xander Stone going to bring a seltzer gun in there and shoot somebody in the eyes, or a flower filled with acid squirting? I don't know. Could be one of those movies with the squirts. I don't know. It could be just all over the place. Could be P&P, pandemonium, right there. The Pell City Civic Center. It's global warfare. Let's don't call it war games. You know, Dusty Rhodes would get a pop for himself all the way across the world wherever he is tonight, working for the Fed. But you know, that's a copyrighted deal. This is global warfare. I don't want to take anything away from Ted Turner and all the guys who came up with that, but Dusty Rhodes was the man who invented war games, and that was a good deal. Now, there's not two cages. There's just one, which makes it actually more interesting because there's only it's an 18-foot squared ring. Where are you going to go? There's only so many corners. Crawling out don't do nothing. So we'll see what happens.
Well, now, you actually brought up something, Mad Dog. We're about to go to our first break. The animalistic side is what it is. I believe it's the animal instincts. Chris Knox flourished in this, in the war games that we were a part of, just for the simple fact of him being such primal. And this is where he earned the nickname, the Primal. Chris Knox was that very match. So it's those guys that step up, the guys that just let loose, and the guys that go to their most primal instincts and positions in their life and in their spirit. It takes everything you have just to make it out of here, much less an elimination type match. But we're about to take our first break of the evening. We are scheduled to be joined by the Underground. One half, 6 of the combatants in the war games istic, sadistic, nihilistic, one and the only GCW's Global Warfare, right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. The To Be Determined show right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a term that we use in this great business, in this art form. It's called a clusterfuck.
Yes.
It's called a clusterfuck. We're hoping that this is not what's about to happen because it's about to get out of hand. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, Pell City Civic Center, the GCW Soldiers, headed by the GCW Heavyweight Champion, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, will be taking on the Underground. I guess you guys are calling yourselves soldiers now. I'm not real sure because there's only one.
No. Let me clarify that for you.
Okay, yes, please.
Get started.
Please, yes, sir.
Mad Dog, that was him and his GCW boys. And when I told him, I said, that's good. That's why you're going to lose because you got a bunch of boys on your team. I said, you're looking at the Underground Soldiers right here. And you've got one guy that was a legit Marine leading this freaking pack. And then you have another guy that grew up in Bosnia fighting a civil war up until he was 12 years old. You know what I mean? Playing with guns and trying to survive. And he moved over there, and they sent him to St. Louis, Missouri, where he grew up, and then he came and joined the Underground. That's going to be Spi-Ral, SPI. So in my opinion, call yourself a soldier, you have to lead troops into battle. You can't have that fear of leading troops into battle. And that's what we're doing May 25th. We're going to battle in a cage with a bunch of boys, not soldiers. Let's just go ahead and clarify that right now.
So there you have it. It is the GCW boys against the Underground Soldiers. And the man that you just heard is the one that owned the Hawaiian Hitman, 5,000 other monikers. The man right now filming motion capture out in California, the one and only Micah Taylor. Micah, how you doing tonight, sir?
I was doing good until you called the GCW guys soldiers. That kind of pissed me off a little bit on that one.
Well, I will tell you right now.
When you've been breastfeeding most of your life, that doesn't make you a soldier. That makes you a mama's boy.
You can thank Fast Eddie Lane for that because Fast Eddie Lane is the one that made sure that we said soldiers. I was like, I didn't know that they were. I thought it was the Underground, but no. But ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Micah's not the only one that we have on. Oh no. We have almost the entire plethora of punishment. We have Aiden Solo. Aiden, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. An honor, as usual.
And we have the new sensation, Dropkick Steve Stiles. Steve, how you doing tonight?
Well, first off, it's the sensation. If you do remember, I beat out the Latin sensation for the that Best of 7 series to be called myself the sensation, Steve Stiles, and I am doing quite sensational tonight.
And the man that started with the stripes moved up to make the hype, Koonce, one half of the KCP. Koonce, how you doing tonight?
Pretty swag, man. Pretty swag. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good. And the man that you can't forget, oh no. The man that kind of got all this started, the man that went to Micah and got into Micah Taylor's ear to start the foundation that is the underground. The pillar, if you will, JJ Tanner. JJ, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. It's only 3 days away. You know, everybody's getting hyped up. The underground's been training strong style like we always do, and, you know, it's just a few days away. I can smell it in the air already. You know, I don't know what kind of training regiment the GCW boys have, you know, at the Mad Poodle's House of Pain. You know, I've been there, I've trained there, and, you know, I don't care nothing about going and eating Twinkies and donuts. That's why I wanted to join and become with the elite underground. And, you know, I hope they step their training regime up this week because they're going to need it when they step inside the cage with the underground soldiers.
You can't step your training up. You can't step your training up when you're only doing it once a week for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, sitting around a table talking, eating Twinkies and donuts because they've got a pig on their team, a cop, Keith, that stepped in the ring with the head member of the Underground, Micah Taylor, a few weekends ago on a Friday night at Tarrant High School where he was the SRO, and he took a beating just like any other cop or pig or piece of bacon, whatever you want to call them, deserves. So unless you're training hardcore like we do at the Underground, which is twice a week, every week, and it's usually for about 2 hours, but you know what? We've been staying 3, sometimes 4 hours training hard, getting ready for this. So when we do go in that steel cage, people like out of control Jake Cole, that's what I want. I want him to get out of control so I can tame his ass and settle him down. And if he doesn't get hit and I don't break his neck, he'll be lucky.
Now, Micah, have you used any of your Marine training with the Underground to get them ready for global warfare?
Not so much my Marine training. I use a lot of my amateur background training, teaching them how to wrestle just like I knew growing up in middle school and high school and in Hawaii over there. So just very little Marine Corps training. In order to have Marine Corps training, you've got to have been a Marine and go to boot camp. But our conditioning is very hardcore Marine Corps style, I will tell you that.
Now, the newest member of the Underground, the sensation, Steve Stiles. Steve, how do you feel being the X factor in this? The rest of these guys have been up and down the road together. They have trained together. You've just been interjected into this, the wild card. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel really lucky to be part of the Underground. You know, I've seen them rule the roost at GCW for the last 2 years, and I've always wanted my chance to prove myself there. And you best believe I got a chip on my shoulder because coming in as the newest member of the Underground, I definitely have to prove my stripes.
Now, Aiden Solo, you being one half of a former GCW Tag Team Championship run with Mudbone, what do you think being able to have tagged with such a menacing figure as Mudbone, somebody who brings sheer brutality to everything that he does and has for his entire life, how do you think this has got you ready or prepared you for global warfare come this Saturday in Pell City?
I would say it's prepared me by knowing that someone has my back. If someone's that brutal when they're in the ring, I know I don't have to worry. And I know that the Underground is a full notch above anyone that I have ever teamed with outside of the Underground. And I would like to remind you that I was the tag team champion by myself, solo, if you will, for 6 months.
Now, Koonce, for a long time, man, you were a very established referee. and you made that transition from referee to wrestler. Do you think that being able to manipulate and knowing the rules and have actually being officiated in a steel cage match, do you think this has prepared you, or do you think it hinders you starting off as a referee going into global warfare?
Starting off as a referee, knowing all the rules doesn't really matter because it's a steel cage match. It's going to be brutal. But as Micah said, we prepare. We work hard every day, 2, 3, 4 hours, twice a week. And we've been doing that, for quite some time. It's being against the GCW guys and seeing them, that's more my advantage than being a referee. Me being a referee has absolutely nothing to do with what's going to go down Saturday night. So expect a lot of brutality. Expect KCP to come out there, underground strong style, and we're definitely going to do our thing and bring home the belt.
Now, 404 area code, who do we have on the line?
The one and only SP, baby.
Oh, here we go. Spi-Ral, man, I got to ask you. Micah hinted at this earlier. How do you feel about the GCW guys calling themselves soldiers leading into this? As someone who fought for everything that they had in a war-torn country, do you have any resentment, as Micah seems to have, towards them calling themselves soldiers?
Soldiers? It's a joke, man. You serious? These guys, they copy every single thing we do. We come out with underground strong style. They call themselves GCW pure style. Pure what? Pure crap. Have you seen these guys wrestle? I mean, let's be real. You want to call yourself a soldier? What else are you going to copy? My name? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go, I mean, it's bad enough you're stealing my moves. You know what I'm saying? You're stealing our gimmick, and now what? You might as well just come up with a new name, Spi-Ral or whatever, you know what I mean, and do that.
Now, JJ, you've had an opportunity to sit back and watch all this unfold. Do you see yourself at any point, if push comes to shove, do you see yourself helping out, if giving up your body to keep this underground movement going, JJ?
Yeah, I caught like part of that. I guess you were
JJ
towards,
has already given himself
Skype
up for the underground.
Yeah,
I guess
I don't see
Micah.
myself.
Oh, there you are.
Hello?
Hello?
I hear you, JJ. Go ahead,
Yes.
JJ. Calm down.
Skype. Yeah. No, I don't see myself needing to help out any of the guys. They can take care of it on their own, and they're going to take care of it really quick. It's going to be a quick elimination match. And I've heard Mad Dog's comments. I know he wants to get his hands on me and stuff, and it's fine if he wants to. I don't mind shedding blood. I've shed it before. That's fine. But the underground's going to take care of it once and for all. You got the best taking on the little GCW boys. It's going to be a quick win.
See, that's where the Marine Corps training comes in, Wicked. Let me go ahead and explain that.
Go.
When you're going through and you're humping through the forest, you're humping through the desert or the jungle or whatever, you send 1 or 2 guys out first, and you send them by themselves, and then you keep the troops in the platoon together. And when those enemies go ahead and try to strike at those first 2 guys, the rest of the platoon fights and bands together. So in reality, you should wait on the whole group to pass, and you try to take out the most. So right now, if Mad Dog wants to go for J.J. Tanner, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Because as soon as J.J., that's like bait. I hate to say it, J.J., but you go for you know what I mean? You go for the manager of the underground, guess what? You left 6 soldiers standing wide, standing tall, and they're going to jump your ass.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Aiden Solo, what have you done to prepare yourself for this? Any special training, any special regiment you have done leading into global warfare?
Oh, I've been training, like Micah said, at least twice a week, sometimes more. I just left the gym. So we do this hardcore, intense training, which the GCW boys seem to do less than half of what we do. I would say...
Oh, no. Solo, I'm sorry to cut you off. Remember, they train for 2 hours on a Sunday? It's a whole lot of training. I mean, remember what he says in his little interview Sunday? They train for 2 full hours, then they sweat rolling around with each other. Aesthetics.
They sweat because they're.
I hear you, Spi-Ral poking at the bear. Now, JJ, how do you feel being bait for the underground?
Yeah, you're breaking off, man. I can barely hear anything.
Yeah, JJ's having problems with his Skype. So, well, Micah, you just said the basics of warfare. You're using bait to draw out a predator. Do you think that this is smart, considering you are dealing with Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, who has wrestled in some of the most intense matches over the last 3 months and may not have that much left, but if he's made it through that, do you think that he'll fall for the bait?
You know what? I think he's fell for the bait already, because the most intense matches that he's had so far have been with me, Micah Taylor. How does he know I wasn't setting his ass up for this Friday or this Saturday, May 25th, Global Warfare? A win's a win, a loss a loss, but when you're going to war, there's only one victory. And I've been baiting him this whole time just to get him in the cage, but not just him, 5 of his other cronies to step in there so we can pick them apart one at a time and destroy them.
Sensation, Mad Dog tried to get his hands on you when it was revealed that you were the newest member of the Underground. How does it feel knowing that everybody's focused on you? Literally, all the GCW guys feel like that you stabbed them in the back and turned your back on GCW as a whole. How do you feel knowing that every eye from GCW is on you, sir?
Well, I'm not very shy for the spotlight myself. You know, let them all look at me, like Mike just said. I'll let them all come straight for me, because there's 5 guys that got my back that'll take them out as soon as they aim at me. That's no problem. I can hold my own. I can take on as many as they want to send at me. I have the best drop kick in the world, and they have nothing but some crappy little training once a week.
Now, Koonce, you're on the road all the time, you and Xander Stone. Now, you guys are also 2 of the smallest guys, with the exception of Showtime Shane Fox. Do you think that this hinders you being one of the smaller guys, or do you think that this is a complete advantage being with some of the guys that tower over you?
Not at all, because if you look at the scales, you know, we might be, you know, the smallest guys in the Underground, but what these guys don't realize is that outside of our wrestling training, each and every single one of our guys go to the gym 5 and 6 days out of the week. You know, before the shows, we work out. You know, our only off day, if you could call it an off day, is Sunday. But those days, we still get together and watch tape and study wrestling, you know, old school wrestling, new school wrestling, amateur wrestling. You know, Micah has been amazing as far as getting us to incorporate amateur wrestling. And, you know, I would go as far as, you know, to call us, you know, amateur wrestlers now, because there's nobody, you know, none of those guys can keep up with us, you know, on the mat, you know, especially on the mat, you know, and I mean, look at the Underground and look at the GCW guys or boys. We're in way better shape than them. You know, all of us, you know, we look so much better than them just standing there. You look at a picture of us and you look at a picture of them, and we actually look like professional wrestlers, what you expect whenever you come to a professional wrestling show. What do these guys look like? A bunch of clowns. That's all I see. You know, I see a bunch of clowns who get lucky. But come Saturday, there's no getting lucky, because we're all tied in. We're all locked into this cage. So come Saturday, size doesn't matter. You know, it's who puts in the work, and we damn sure put in the work.
If Micah Taylor is the quarterback of the Underground, then the running back of the Underground is Spi-Ral. So I want to ask you this, Spi-Ral. You have one of the biggest backings in GCW. Even though you do some very mean things, you do some things a lot of people don't agree with, the fans still love you. Taking that away from GCW and actually putting some of the fans behind you, do you think that this may be the morale boost that the Underground needs to push them over that edge that it would usually give to the quote-unquote baby faces?
I don't know, man. Look, the Underground is blowing up, and I don't care where you go. If you see somebody and he's good, you're gonna like that person. You know what I'm saying? if you go to any show, right, and you see somebody, and you be like, man, he's good. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're a good guy, bad guy, whatever you want to label it. If the guy looks good, he wrestles, you know what I'm saying, good. A normal person is going to be behind him no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't care. People can love me. People can hate me. I really don't care. I've been through worse in my life. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, it's underground. That's all that matters to me. I'm the frontline soldier ready for war. Micah Taylor is our general. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down, bro.
Now, Aiden, I hate to put you on the spot, but Cody O'Connor has actually called you the weak link of the underground. What do you say to that with such a direct shot just right across your bow?
That's a joke. That's a joke. I've beaten everybody in GCW. Are you serious?
No.
I don't mean to laugh at that comment.
No. He said it to Aiden Solo. He said it to Aiden Solo. I'm sorry.
He said it to a guy that came in at 290 pounds, ain't never stepped his foot in the ring in his life, and now he's one of the best in shit guys that we've got. Yep. He's lost over 100 pounds. You call him the weakest link of what we got? Good. That's exactly what we want him to think. Go ahead and think Aiden Solo is our weakest link, because I've seen improvement from this guy since day one. I ain't seen shit from Cody O'Connor.
Yep.
Now, Micah, you seem like you're a little taken back by that. Everybody, I'm sorry, not everybody. Most people know that are fans of GCW know that Aiden at one time was a little heavy-set guy and worked his butt off to get in the position and into the shape he is now, and that was mostly by you. Do you see this as kind of like, hello, everybody, this is Aiden Solo. Micah, do you feel that this is Aiden Solo's coming out party?
I think this could be Aiden Solo's coming up party, but if you haven't paid attention to Aiden Solo over the last 2 years, then you're only now finding out about him, because if you listen to what's been said, he was tag team champion. I believe it was him and Spi-Ral were tag team champions before Spi-Ral went to Japan to train with 0-1 for 3 months, and Aiden Solo stayed and standed the ground alone and carried those tag team championships by himself until Mudbone came into the picture, which goes back to further in our training. You know what I mean? We don't just sit around with our thumbs up our ass saying that we go and train once a month eating. We go to other countries to further our training. We work hard to drop weight so we become bigger, faster, stronger.
It was 6 months I held those tag team championships alone, and if memory serves me correctly, I beat High Definition in a match for the tag team championship. So I wonder if he was the weak link in that match.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wonder. I don't mean to cut you off again, but let's go ahead and wonder if Cody O'Connor's the weak link. Didn't he get carried off in an ambulance not too long ago when I was out of town? Didn't he try to jump over his partner to the outside of the ring against the Unlucky Charms Nemesis?
Yes,
he did. Didn't he get carried out?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so to me, he's the weakest link.
Well, do you think, now I was going to ask Steve Stiles this. Steve Stiles is known for actually giving people concussions with his drop kicks, having one of the most feared drop kicks in the business. I was going to ask you, Steve, are you going to take advantage of this? Are you looking to knock these guys out early? Because this is an elimination global warfare event and not a single pinfall, sir.
Let's be real here. I'm not looking to take anybody out early. This thing's been long coming. I'm going to let it drag out as long as possible and torture every one of those weak, pathetic pieces of crap as long as I can. I got the drop kick loaded for every last one of them when I need to knock them out, but we're going to save it till the right second.
Now, Micah, I know you've got stuff you got to do, sir. You're about to go pick up some guys from the airport, so you're out in California doing the motion capturing, as we said, for video games, as you do all the time. Before we let you go and let you get on, we're going to have the rest of the Underground stay. We're going to bring this up to 30 after. But, Micah, any last words for GCW, for the GCW heavyweight champion, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, and his group, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer is carrying one thing right now that I want, and that's the GCW Heavyweight Championship. He's got what's rightfully mine, and I'm going to take it back from him soon. Jake Cole is about to get his neck broke. If you haven't watched what I did to Jeremy Foster, the last time I wrestled him in Palmerdale, Alabama. Guess what, Jake Cole? Stand by because it's coming your way. Cody O'Connor, do us all a favor. Just jump off the top of the cage to the outside to the floor so the ambulance can just make quick work of you and drag your ass back to the hospital again. Shane Fox, you've been in a fight with Micah Taylor one-on-one. That ain't nothing to what's going to happen when you're in the ring with all 6 of the Underground. Heaven forbid Tracy Taylor gets in there. She's one of the toughest members of the Underground, and she'll whip your ass just like anybody else.
I think she's the toughest. She had kids, dude. I think she's the toughest. I'm just saying.
Yeah, having kids is one of the toughest things in the world that a guy will never have the feeling of doing or even understand because he can't do it. And us, the GCW guys, you never know. They might have vaginas on them, as far as I'm concerned. So they might be able to bear children. And if I'm forgetting any other GCW member, then I apologize, but just know an ass whooping's coming May 25th this Saturday. When I land, when Tracy Taylor lands at the Atlanta airport at 4 p.m., we're headed straight to the Pell City Civic Center so we can step in that cage and rip them apart.
Micah Taylor, we appreciate you coming on so much, sir. You go out, handle your business. This Saturday, everyone, you can see Micah Taylor and the Underground, Pell City Civic Center, GCW Global Warfare. But don't touch that URL, everyone. When we come back, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, we're going to continue this conversation with the rest of the Underground right here, the To Be Determined Show, Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the To Be Determined Show right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. I'm the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, being joined, of course, by resident world champion Tasha Simone. Tasha, I hope you're enjoying the interview, ma'am. You see it's just a big cluster fuck, but we're keeping it together. Like a good buffer at an orgy, we're keeping it together. And, of course, my producer for the evening, Mad Dog Matt Denton. Matt, we appreciate you bringing everybody in. 205-316-9900 for those wanting to call in. I see the message boards are lit up. We're going to hold the calls for right now because we have so much to say. If you have a question, at the TBD Show on Twitter, Facebook fan page, To Be Determined Show, or you can hit at Words from Prism, Tasha F. and Simone at Wicked Nemesis on Twitter as well. Now we're going to jump straight back into it. Guys, I don't know if you got to hear it, but GCW Radio from this past Sunday, guys had some choice words about you all, the GCW.
Yeah. We heard it. Of course we're going to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You got to study who you're going to go against. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see J. Cole wants to talk about not respecting Micah Taylor, which is funny because when I started training with Mike Taylor, this is the one thing he said to me before I even entered the ring was respect the guy that comes before you. Respect the guy that puts in work way before you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was taught before I even stepped in the ring. And J. Cole wants to run around and talk about, I ain't going to respect Micah Taylor ever, da-da-da-da-da. You're pathetic, dog. You're pathetic. Who are you? You can't lace your boots up the right way. You want to talk about, I ain't disrespect Micah Taylor. Where you been at? What you done? You've been in the business for what, 6 months, if even that? And you're going to disrespect? That's okay. We'll beat some respect into you come this Saturday. Let's believe that, pimp.
You okay, Spi-Ral? Let's take it.
I'm okay. I'm just breathing in. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. I gotta relax. I don't want to snap. And then there goes Mr. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, who calls me a hobo because the way I dress, right? That's funny. Because if I can remember clearly, Mad Dog, you're about, 400 pounds? You're 5 foot tall and 6 foot wide. Maybe you should get in the gym and maybe, learn how to run or something, bruh. You can't beat me if you were in your prime, dog. And then you want to compare me and you? Are you out your mind? talk about you're at war every day, because he basically said it was Spi-Ral, he comes from a war-torn country, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But that's okay because we're in war every day. What war are you in, bruh? What war? With your girlfriend? Are you serious? Because if I can remember clearly, when is the last time the United States had a war on their own country? And we're not talking about the Indian days.
Hey.
Homeboy, do you know what does it feel like to be 9 years old and to know that you're about to die in the next 2 minutes? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what it feels like to look over your shoulder and see dead bodies at 9 years old? No, I don't think so. But come this Saturday, you're going to look over your shoulder and see your little GCW phonies laying all in the ring, and you're going to feel pathetic and stupid. Best believe that.
Now, JJ Tanner, we have you back on the line, JJ. You were the architect, not of intellect, but the architect of getting this all together. How hard was it to actually get the GCW guys to even sign up for this event? Because let's face it, you have some pretty strong gentlemen behind you, pretty strong gentlemen on your section of this steel cage. Was it hard? Were they reluctant, or did they just go blindly straight into this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, this is probably the most difficult thing that I have been a part of since being with Global Championship Wrestling. And, it was, but I will say this, guys that are on the GCW, let's just say, team hashtag GCW boys, the guys that stepped it up and decided they wanted to be behind Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, I believe is obviously about the best that they can have, with the exception of O'Hagan. I respect each of those guys. I've worked with them. And, if you caught me orchestrating this event, it's like I look at it as a masterpiece, and that's why I've been so passionate about promoting and putting this event out there, because, guys, this is going to be an event that if you don't show up for it, you're going to miss out. And I'm glad that I have my hand as part in this. And if it comes to me having bloodshed on my own body and being taken out, if I've got to be the first person that Mad Dog goes after, I will gladly stand beside the Underground Soldiers, because they're family to me. They back me 100%. Anything come up with me in or out of the ring, they've taken my side. And I'm glad to be at war with them. And I'm telling you guys, those of you fans that's listening to this, if you don't show up for this event, you're going to miss out on history.
Aiden Solo, with usually relying on yourself, because even though you are a part of the underground, you're very well known for being that guy that totally doesn't trust anybody and completely looks out for himself, hence Solo being a proper name for yourself, sir. Do you feel that you can trust all of these guys, or are you going to have that mentality of it's you with the underground watching your back?
I trust each and every one of the members of the underground with my life. I respect what the GCW people have, their talent. I respect their talent, but as people, I don't respect them. I don't trust them. I mean, just look at Showtime Shane Fox. I'm going straight for him in this cage because of what happened the first time GCW gave me a chance at the GCW Television Championship. What happened then? I was choked out. Illegally, right in front of a GCW official, I was choked out. And if I had someone like JJ Tanner, an unbiased official, in that ring with me, I guarantee you I would be your television champion right now. So, no, I don't trust them, but I put my life on the line with the Underground Soldiers.
Now, Koonce, Xander Stone, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get in contact with him, but what do you and Xander have planned? Because you are two of the most maniacal. This is the reason why the Unlucky Charms and I like to battle you guys. You have two of the most maniacal, underhanded, devious, cunning, full of just spunk and vitriol tag teams there are in the whole business of professional wrestling. Is there anything that you guys think or have up your sleeves leading into global warfare?
Of course, at training, all of us together collectively as a group, we share ideas and throw around, some ideas. We always come with a game plan. We never come into any match or fight or brawl unprepared. I'm not gonna elaborate on exactly what we have planned, but we do have plans. We do have some things thought out, and like I said, on Sundays that's when we get together. While they're doing their whatever the hell they do, Sunday's our off day. We get together, we talk, we discuss a few things, we throw some ideas out there, But one thing I would like to elaborate on from the interview on Sunday is O'Hagan mentioned me taking a vacation in Baltimore, where I'm originally from. That's where Koonce is from. Or something stupid and hokey like he always says. He always cracks a bunch of phony jokes. I wasn't taking a vacation. I never stepped foot out of the ring, while I was gone away from GCW. I went to Baltimore, for some business, and I definitely took care of business, and I stayed in the ring. I stayed training. I actually kicked ass quite a bit in Baltimore. Those guys, they didn't know what to expect. The fans didn't know what to expect. Fans loved me. They missed me whenever I left. And the wrestlers, they definitely appreciated what I brought to the table, which was from, the different various backgrounds of the guys in the underground, and especially from Micah and Tracy Taylor. So that's all I have to say on that. But definitely Saturday, I can't say what we're going to do, but just know it's going to be good. We got some things worked out. There's no way in hell we're going down in this.
Steve Stiles, is there anything that you have done in particular leading up to this? Any special training, any special workouts, anything? Because you're very well known to be one of those guys that practices jumping in and out of a pool. Have you decided to go to the 10-foot area and practice, sir?
Jumping in and out of a pool. Well, you know what? I definitely have been stepping up my game and training. I've been stepping up my intensity in everything I do. And especially when it comes to this cage, you're not going to see the same Steve Stiles you've always seen. I'm coming in with a new attitude. I'm coming in with a new fire. Like I said, I got a chip on my shoulder. I got something to prove. I'm the newest member of the Underground. And I'm definitely going to prove my stripes when it comes in that cage, because I'm Steve Stiles, and that's what I do.
Spi-Ral, is there anything that you plan on pulling out? Anything special? Because I know that O'Hagan said that he has something special that he has just for you for this match. Is there anything in particular that you have, or is this just a match to get the job done, sir?
Expect the unexpected. That's all I can say.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows me and the way I do. I'm a black belt in martial arts. I've done that for years. I came into pro wrestling, and not to sound cocky or anything, but it's easy for me, especially when I have a trainer like Micah Taylor who's going to show me the right way and teach me the right way, and not be disrespectful to people that come before me, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I like O'Hagan, you know what I'm saying? O'Hagan is an Irish doer, and he loves to fight. That's fine by me, because I fought my whole life. You know what I mean? Being born in a war zone, raised in the streets of St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? To me, I've been fighting my whole life, dog, and I'm still fighting. So we'll see. I'm waiting for his special plan or whatever he got going on. You dig?
JJ Tanner. Any last words before we start letting you go? Any last words for GCW, and how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
No last words, man. I think social media has spoken enough. People know about global warfare, just as Tasha was saying in her segment earlier. you log into social media, if you're a wrestling fan in the Southeast, you know about Global Warfare 3, Saturday night at Pell City. And, hey, just hope there's enough seating available. If you ain't got your tickets, you better check that email, gcwmedia@yahoo.com. You know, check it out. Message it on Facebook, GCW Pro Wrestling. But, no, that's all I have. Looking forward to it. And you catch me on Twitter at RealJJTanner or on Facebook, JJ Tanner. Just search it in the search bar. That's all I got, Wicked.
Aiden Solo, any last words for GCW before Global Warfare 3, and how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
I'd just like to say that I heard the comments that were made on Sunday, and one thing that stood out in particular, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer said that they're going to see some old school wrestling. His words exactly. Now,
this is not 1970s.
All I have to say on that subject is there is no room for old school anymore. I tell you, I live by a code that perception is reality. What you see is what you get. And when you look into the Underground's ring, what you see is you see talent. You look in that ring and you see what wrestling has evolved to. You look into that ring and you see the rebirth of wrestling. We're not the future. We're not the past. We're not the present. We're what wrestling has evolved to and what it's become now, and we have taken over, and we'll prove that this Saturday.
Spi-Ral.
And you can also get in touch with me
sir.
on Facebook, Aiden Solo, Twitter, Aiden Solo as well.
Spi-Ral, how can everyone get in touch with you, and any last words for GCW?
Man, I got so much to say about GCW. We can go for an hour, you know what I'm saying, hours. Let's be real. I got more talent in my left testicle than they do as a whole group. And that's just being real. You know what I mean? These guys have no respect. They don't know what they're talking about. I don't care if you wrestle for 20 years, you still can't keep up with me. As I said earlier, Mad Dog can't touch me if he was in his prime, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and I'm down with the Underground till the end. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets it twisted. They think, you know, Underground. Oh yeah, it's a cool name. No, it has nothing to do with that, bruh. The Underground represents where we all come from, because each member in the Underground had to suffer and go through hell and back to get where they're at. That's what the Underground means. Strong style represented we never give up. No matter what you go through, you stay strong, bruh. That's strong style. So stop copying what we do and what we say and be yourself. And you can always holler at your boy at, you know, Welcome to Spiral Zone. Or get on Strong Style, undergroundstrongstyle.com. You know what I'm saying? If you go on there, you can follow all the guys. All the guys' info is on there. Undergroundstrongstyle.com. You dig?
Yes, sir. Koonce, any last words for GCW, and how can everyone get in touch with you?
Only thing I can say about GCW is, as far as the company itself, get ready, because what we're about to do is something that should definitely be noted in the history books. We're proudly about to break a few records. I'm expecting that. KCP is going to come out strong. Spi-Ral's definitely strong. Micah, of course, strong. You know, all of our guys are strong, ready, prepared. You know, we train for moments like this. This is what we live for. And as Spi-Ral said, we've all come from, you know, the bottom, and we've fought our way up, and we're still fighting today. You know, I mean, never ends. You know, but definitely expect to see something different. Something, I guess the word for it is amazing.
It's amazing. So amazing.
It's so amazing. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I have. You know, I pretty much said everything else. O'Hagan, quit being hokey, making up stories about me is a bunch of crap. And you can get in touch with me on Twitter, _Koonce, and of course on Facebook. And of course, as Spi-Ral said, you know, undergroundstrongstyle.com. So,
undergroundstrongstyle.com is the place to get in touch with all of the Underground. But we have some lazy people, so we do appreciate you guys still putting out your Twitter. And we appreciate whoever it is that keeps your website together, you might want to pay them a little extra because it's a very nice website, by the way. And last but not least, the sensation, as I affectionately call him, Dropkick Steve Stiles. Steve, any last words for GCW, and how can everyone get in touch with you, sir? Fuck the police, Oh, I'm sorry, I heard that.
My bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the hood, you dig? I'm trying to get away.
I understand. Run. Steve, go ahead, sir.
Last words for GCW. Well, we shouldn't be the ones giving last words anyway. It should be them, because after this cage match, there's going to be no more GCW. They're going to be done. We're going to beat them to a bloody pulp. There's going to be nothing left of GCW. You know, Mad Dog, all of GCW, they say they want to point out me for turning my back on GCW, for joining the underground. GCW never had my back. GCW was never for Steve Stiles to begin with. The underground, I just stepped my game up. I just dropped the zeros, got with the heroes. You see what I'm saying? I stepped my game up to get with the underground, and I'm still proving my stripes to be there. And that cage, that's where I'm going to prove who I am and what I'm doing. GCW, get ready, because there's going to be a new sensation come Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, Steve, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
Everybody can get in touch with me on Facebook, Steve Stiles, and Twitter, at Dropkick Stiles, and, of course, on undergroundstrongstyle.com.
Now, we're not breaking kayfabe. Everybody knows this. We played your music earlier, Spi-Ral. How can everyone get one of your shirts and or purchase your music?
Come to the show. Stop being lazy, bro. Put in work. You know what I mean? Just gotta come to the show. We got everything. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Mad Dog the other night said, you know, how we think we're better because our shirts are more expensive. Yeah, because we're also better when we sell out. You dig? So come to the show, and you know what I'm saying? You can get a mixtape, you can get a picture, you can get a shirt, whatever you want, bro. We got you on lock.
What about
for a better product than GCW to begin with? Our shirts are better. We have CDs. We got everything. GCW, they're all for themselves. They all got their own stuff.
Yep.
Spi-Ral, your next single. When is your next single coming out, sir?
Yo, I got a new mixtape coming out real soon, though. South City Saint. The new single is Head Up High, you know what I mean? I'll have that up soon online, you know what I mean? So just check me out. Check me out on Facebook. Welcome to Spiral Zone on Facebook. And then, you know what I'm saying? Just go to undergroundstrongstyle.com. Trust me, and you're gonna get everything you need from the underground. You know what I mean? Get on there.
Right, there you go.
Because to be honest, I don't even know my Twitter name or anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that my Twitter is the one Spi-Ral or the one SPI. I'm not sure. I got so many of these damn names I can't even remember. You know what I mean? So just get on undergroundstrongstyle.com. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find everything you need.
This Saturday, Global Warfare 3. The Underground Soldiers against GCW. Do not miss this. Pell City, Alabama. It's straight off Interstate 20 for those of you wondering. Go out and support local independent wrestling. Thank you to the Underground. Thank you to JJ Tanner. Thank you to Spi-Ral. Thank you to Koonce. Thank you to Aiden Solo. Thank you to Micah Taylor. Thank you to The Sensation. And thank you, of course, to Xander Stone. Xander, we miss you. We miss you. Aiden, go out and kill somebody this Saturday. Global Warfare, everybody. When we come back, the take-it-home portion of the To Be Determined Show right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Scabbed over cunt.
Scabbed over cunt?
Scabbed over cunt. That's the new song.
Scabbed
over cunt.
Think we should get Spi-Ral to write a rap about Scabbed over cunt?
Probably. Probably as much fun as he had on tonight, yeah. And there was such anger towards the GCW guys too, for calling themselves soldiers, for being insinuated Aiden Solo was the weak link, for them being dismissive. I think that Spi-Ral may actually try to kill Jake Cole in this steel cage match.
Okay, who should I be putting my money on?
Jake Cole's kind of crazy, but Spi-Ral did survive a civil war. He's from Bosnia. I call him the Bosnian badass. Look, there was Well, I mean, think about it. They had to escape their country because it was being fucking bombed out every fucking day of their lives.
Okay.
Hey, next week we might be experiencing a London riot. It's been riots in one riot in London today.
Do tell. What is going on, Matt? Was there an attack or something on a Muslim?
No, Islamic attack on a soldier. Now, former soldier, because apparently he was beheaded in the streets.
In London?
In London.
Oh, dude, y'all gonna have civil unrest. Yeah, you be careful. You know, we're getting jihads called on us. But,
hey, what are the gun laws like over there? Are you allowed to carry a weapon over there?
We're not allowed to be armed. Can't carry a knife in the streets, a gun in our pockets.
Oh my God! You can't even get licensed for them?
Nope. The only way that we can ever get guns is if we're hunting livestock.
What?
Mm-hmm. We can only use guns to shoot animals.
Wow. You need to come over here, Matt. We'll protect you.
You need to come over here and protect me. Stop power driving, bitches.
I would do it, man.
So the guy with the hatchet is the guy that cut the ex-soldiers' heads off, or head off?
Yep.
And he bragged about it to TV, to the Islamic television station?
Pretty much.
No
We're
wonder.
going to hell in the fucking handbasket.
I swear to God, when the alarms went off in Spi-Ral's background, I thought it was with you.
Yeah, it usually is. I was about to jump in there and say, shit. For the first time, the fucking sirens weren't from me.
And I don't think people understand this. When the London riots were going on, Matt Denton and I broadcasted live. Was it No Shit, Just Shoot?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, it was bad. I mean, you could hear glass breaking in the background. I wish we had recorded that because it was so bad. It was so loud that through Matt Denton's headset, through his microphone, I could hear fires. You could hear the crackling of the fires. You could hear sirens after sirens after sirens after. I mean, it was crazy. I mean,
you could also hear me having my baseball bat right in front of me, tapping it against my. I think my baseball bat still has a Twitter account. Follow it, Matt's baseball bat.
Oh my God, I've heard that forever. Yes, Matt Denton's baseball bat had a Twitter come up so fast because I mean you could hear people screaming. It was outrageous. But Matt, we appreciate it. We appreciate what you do and what all the fans do because we just want to take a moment to talk about the fans. We want to talk about the fans that go out and spend their hard-earned money for their families to come in. Not just the ones that show up by themselves, the ones that show up with kids, their husbands, their wives, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their nieces, their nephews, those that make those trips. You go 30, 45 minutes, an hour for good wrestling. Make the signs for your kids. Some of your kids wear face paint. You buy the T-shirts. You support the wrestling. You make sure that the websites and all the podcasts and anything related to those companies is known. We want to say thank you for that. I know I speak for myself and for Tasha and for Matt because you take time out to spread the gospel, the art form of professional wrestling. And that's what it is. It's an art form. Any way you look at it, it's an art form. And people forget that. It is a business, but at its basis, it is an art form. And with that being said, we had a new painter, a new artist step up, a reborn, a resurrection of someone who has been with WWE for a little bit of time now, by way of Paul Heyman. That's right, everyone. The new Paul Heyman guy. Curtis Axel. Michael McGillicuddy. Mr. Hennig himself. Third generation wrestler. Third generation. Larry the Axe Hennig. Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. What do you guys think about this? Tasha, I know you didn't see it, but we all know the Hennig name. We all know how much this brings to them and how much a relationship and how much a pairing with Paul Heyman can be for one person, Tasha.
Having not seen this young man before, I can only say that Paul Heyman can add to him as a younger wrestler, but having been around the business all of his life, if he can take what he learned as a child just being around his father and his grandfather and put that together with what he's going to learn from Paul Heyman, I think this kid could be a gold mine. And I love the name. I absolutely love the fact that they're paying homage to his dad and his grandfather.
Me too. I really like that as well. Now, Matt, you made a very good point when we mentioned this in the pre-show production meeting. The reaction that the crowd gave to Michael McGillicuddy, as he was known, to Curtis Axel. Your thoughts on the reaction that the fans gave and what Paul Heyman said about the reaction that the fans gave?
Before I give my thoughts, I just want to laugh so fucking hard at all of the marks who are going to go, oh, it's RVD. Everybody on Twitter, everybody on Facebook, what if it's RVD? He hasn't got a contract. And then WrestleZone went, breaking news, RVD's going to be returning on Raw tonight as the new Paul Heyman guy. And everybody fucking bought it. Nobody saw Joe Hennig coming out. Nobody. And when he did, for me personally, it was like, what? Because I was making jokes about him 24 hours before. And I might like to note that WWE have been listening to my podcast because they stole my theory about the dusty finish at the pay-per-view. They stole my theory about how Zeb Coulter was going to steal the towel from Ricardo Rodriguez and throw it into the ring. They stole my theory about a fucking ambulance match. So thanks, WWE. Now just take the hint and get Triple H the fuck off my TV. As for the fans in the arena, quiet as hell. Quiet as hell. I think they were more bemused by the fact it was Joe Hennig than I was. Because nobody's seen him on TV, and the last time he was on TV, he made some stupid promo about how this moment, from this moment right here, is the moment of Michael McGillicuddy. Yes, that was his promo, by the way. It was fucking awful.
Wow. Wow. Okay, well, let's just take a step back. First of all, McGillicuddy wasn't doing shit. He had been tossed to the wayside. A real manager hides the flaws in somebody and accentuates the positives. Accentuates the strengths. Paul Heyman can do this. Paul Heyman is one of, he's not the greatest manager by any means. He's in the top 10. Maybe top 8. But the whole thing about this is that McGillicuddy needed somebody to steer him, somebody to put him in a direction. Somebody, he was a ship running around. Yeah, he was a great ship. He was a third generation ship. He was a ship that had its name had weight to it. But he was a ship without a captain. He was a ship without a rudder. I mean, without a sail. He was just floating around. in the abyss of talent. He has all of this God-given talent, a great look, okay in the ring. Paul will help him out with this. Not only that, he has the charisma of flypaper being stilled over with shit on it. The gum that Mr. Perfect would spit out of his mouth had more genetic charisma than his own son did.
Oh.
It happens. There's guys like that. There's guys out there that don't have that it factor, that don't have the charisma, that don't have the intangibles needed. He has great skills, great natural talent. But God Almighty, man, the promo you just quoted is probably one of his better promos.
Can I quote Johnny Ace? Apparently, Joe went up to him and said, "Why can't I be called Joe Hennig?" And Johnny Ace told him point blank, "We will call you a Hennig when you wrestle like a Hennig."
Wow. And I mean, but hey, that's also protecting the family name.
Of course.
That's protecting the family name.
But now we know why Johnny Ace will never wrestle as a Road Warrior.
Well,
yes.
That's pretty funny. And right now people are like, who? Because the attention span of the average fan is so short, they don't even remember Laurinaitis being on there.
Sorry, I was watching random wrestling videos on YouTube, and I found a Johnny Ace promo for when he was going to the WXO, and he's like, "My name is Johnny Ace, the man from Japan. I'm coming to the WXO. If you don't get it, get it. If you got it, you better find out." I'm like, wow, shit. And you wonder why this guy had a microphone in WWE some 20 years later. Jesus Christ, I'd rather have Mike Adamle on the mic than Johnny Ace.
And that's the thing is with the charisma of lack thereof that Johnny Ace had, there were so many dreams that he crushed, so many guys that he let go, so many guys that he wouldn't even look at. Who the be all end all of what? And he let so many guys go, and so many dreams were crushed because of him specifically, because of that man right there. It just sickens me. It sickens me. But speaking of being sickening, you have all this build up to the new Paul Heyman guy. You have all this build up to Curtis Axel. Triple H comes out, and what does he do?
Slaps the fucking piss out of him.
He slaps the shit out of him and hitting bumps.
I want to actually throw back to when Andy Levine won Tough Enough, and Vince McMahon slapped the piss out of him, and Andy sold it like he'd been shot. He got slapped by a non-wrestler.
By a non-wrestler.
Yeah. And then he ate a Stone Cold Stunner and didn't sell it going back up the ramp. He took a Stone Cold Stunner, rolled out the ring, shook Austin's hand, and went up the fucking ramp.
But you know why? Because he was so green that he thought, well, if I sell for the guy that signs my paychecks, that'll be better than selling for the goddamn fucking probably the greatest world champion of all fucking time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. But if you don't know and nobody tells you, who's at fault?
You for not finding out in the first place.
Oh, but not being like, what should I do, guys? What should I do? You know what you should do? Learn to fucking wrestle and not cry when you're 8 foot tall.
That's the best. I don't want her to be eliminated.
Dude, I would have punched. You know what I would have done if I'd have been on that show? As soon as he started crying, I'd have run over there and punched him in his goddamn fucking dick as hard as I could have. I'd have fucking jump punched him like a fucking baby, and I'd have took all his shit and thrown it through the fucking window. Not through the door. I'd have thrown it through the fucking window. I'd have like, get your shit and get the fuck out. This is not your dream. You know what? Dreams are made to be busted, and you know what? I'm about to bust your balls, motherfucker. Get the fuck out. Man, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, nobody was telling me that I wasn't going to make it. Johnny Swinger told me that I was too tall to be a manager, and he's right. I'm 6'3", 205 pounds. I'm bigger than most wrestlers, but I was too tall to be a manager. He never said I couldn't do it. Me, as soon as he said that, and maybe I had that disease that Michael Jordan had where you make everything, like everybody's just like talking complete shit about you. But in my mind, he had just told me that I'd never make it. And I went crazy on Swinger. Went crazy on Swinger. But you know what? He never told me that I couldn't do it. He just told me that I was too tall. For those people that let people tell you you can't do something and then you don't do it, you deserve not to do it. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion, though. But we have ran through these 2 hours. We want to take the time to thank everybody that has come on tonight and thank the fans that have supported us. Last week we celebrated a year. Now we go into overdrive, ladies and gentlemen. It just gets better from here.
Ooh. You know what next week is?
What's next week?
Next week is the death or the supposed death of To Be Determined.
Oh, yeah. It is
the debacle, man.
The To Be Debacled. Oh, my goodness. Go check out the To Be Debacled show. Next week, I have something in the works. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to talk about who may or may not be coming on. But I promise you this, Tasha will be excited for this. And in this, I'm not too keen on bringing in any women besides Pandora on this show because Tasha will completely eat their shit.
Are you sure about that?
You want to
eat their shit? Eat their shit? Really?
Well, I'm sorry. It's a fecal matter joke, but I will say this. You want to make something awkward? Just mention Tasha's name around a bunch of women. You would think that you just asked one of them to lick your asshole. God, how fucking awkward can I make a situation by accident? Like, what happened? But Tasha, how can everyone get in touch with you, ma'am?
Oh, well, if they want to contact me for bookings or absolutely fabulous wrestling gear, they can find me, Tasha Simone, NWA, @gmail.com. They can find my words of wisdom, Tasha FM Simone on Twitter, and Matt knows where I can be found on Facebook because I'm too retarded to remember, and they can find me at www.tashasimone.com on the web.
Facebook.com/Tasha.Simone1.
Matt, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir? Matt, how can everyone get in touch with you, and what does your podcast have upcoming?
You can get in touch with me at Words from Prism on Twitter, my website, viciousprism.com. I'm working on some more gaming stuff because I have a brand new laptop that renders my videos about 1 million times faster as my desktop does. So, new videos from me. This Saturday, I'm going to be at the MCM Comic-Con in London, the Excel Center. Come see me. I'll be roaming around, probably mostly at either RVD's booth, because he'll be there promoting Twisted Perception, which I worked on, hooray for me, or the gaming section, where I might be finding out more about the Xbox One, the piece of shit that it is, and I'm not buying it, Microsoft. You can't make me. I broke free from you. You have no hold over me, you money-grabbing cunts. As for my podcast, Sunday, Extreme Rules review. I only watched about half of it because I was wise enough to quit after the... what match did I quit after? It wasn't any of the main events anyway, so, I didn't get to see fucking a last man standing match end in a no fucking contest. Whoever booked that needs to be cunted. Punted in the cunt. And you can find that podcast Sunday night, 9 p.m. GMT. I think that's 4 p.m. Eastern at twopodcast.co.uk.
Global Warfare 3 this Saturday, Pell City Civic Center. And for God's sake, somebody put a fucking body in front of LeBron James. 2.3 seconds, you let him drive all the way to the lane, you deserve to lose at Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, the To Be Determined show, right here Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Next week, same bat time, Same bat channel. Good night, everyone.
Holy shit, we have 10 minutes left. I could probably rant more about the fucking Xbox, but I won't.